it was a long time ago when I bought my first Canon camera, and I can't even remember when that was, but somewhere in the time of 2007, I believe it was, I got the chance to go to an Ansel Adams workshop, and that was probably my biggest fault, because then I really got addicted, and got really addicted to black and white work, which I now do both color and black and white. But he was such an inspiration. He had probably 4 or 5 other tremendous photographers that were there. One of them was Joseph Karsh, and he was a gem from Canada that just did beautiful work. And so we had the opportunity to meet these people hand to hand, and they would critique our work if we wanted. And it was something that I will never get to see in my lifetime, because he's gone now, and he was just a really tremendous person. And since then, I've just gradually, I was a farmer, so I still have farm work that I was doing, and then in the off time I would try to get out and scramble around anything I could take pictures at. Sometimes they were really bad, and sometimes they weren't. And so the really bad ones, after a while, you get tired of looking at them, you toss them out. But so I want everybody to think I was a genius all the way through without all the flubs. But I learned a lot from those people, and it's probably largely responsible for me taking photography a lot more seriously than I did it in the past. There's a lot of really important issues of light and dark and color that they taught us how to manage and work with, so that the picture comes out even better than it was in the camera. After that, I just kept on going out and shooting in between short time with the hog houses, and finally, when I retired, I knew I was able to go full bore, and I wanted to move to Spirit Lake, because I knew, one, there was a really great gallery there, and the other was the amount of opportunities there was there for subject matter. And so I've gone down that road. I do a lot of lake work, because that happens to be the thing that sells in that area. But it's a beautiful area, especially when it's sunrise or sunset. If you're out there in midday, you're wasting your time. So, and if they don't have clouds, you're wasting your time. But anyway, that's how it all started, and it's just kind of gone ahead and ahead, and I hopefully am getting better, but I still say, oh, you idiot. So I still am making some mistakes, but that's the part of growth. So I really appreciate being here, and it's a beautiful crowd to have. With respect to Ansel Adams, I, for some brave reason, thought that I should go to that workshop, and I was no near close to the quality of that he was going to be talking about. And they had like probably 4 or 5 other professional photographers that were outstanding, and so every day we got to deal with a different professor, so to speak, and watch how they did things, and then they would give us tips on why something was not right or what I could do to make this change. And back then, you didn't have the digital opportunity to change moons to go wherever you want them and things like that. But it did teach you the basics of true photography, and all the people there were just extraordinarily helpful and very, very kind. And I was sitting next to Ansel when we were having breakfast, and that was a thrill. And yet he would still continue to tell you what the things you can do. He was always educating at the time, and so were the other professionals that were backing him up. So that was the big experience that made a big difference. And I had to wait a while to get done with farming, and then I really plunged ahead. And it's been a real blessing that I took that course. Being in Spirit Lake, the attention by people in Spirit Lake is based on the lakes. And so my wife gently expounded on the idea of maybe you should do a lot of Spirit Lakes work and things like that, along with your landscape work. And so I started doing that, and she was right, and I hate to admit it, and I'll deny that I admit it. The business has gradually grown, but there's always been sort of a feeling out there that photography isn't a true art, as in painting and pastels or things like that. Well, it is a true art, and it's coming in its own, and I'm so glad for that, because I kind of balance between traditional art and my photography, and I think they both help each other out. So I do some pastel pencil work, and alongside with doing some bird drawings and things like that, and I think they cross each other and entertain each other at the same time. So it's worked out to be a good experience for me, and now it's just a matter of continually trying to improve the work that I do. And you never should be satisfied with the last thing you did. The pictures that are here are all I printed myself and matted them myself. And so this piece here with the rainbows, that was just pure luck, and I'm going to tell you what pure luck is. My way out of the house, going up to Highway 9, I have two choices, going right or left, and to me, it's always been the thing that has put me in the right place. You just have to be receptive to looking and taking that opportunity to find the work that you need to deal with. And so that's the reason I got this, is I just happened to show up by luck. I saw it happening, and I got there in time. The piece down here, it's, again, walking in an area, and it just set itself up, and it was an easy shot to make, and there's not a whole lot of manipulation to it, because it's all what it really is. The piece over here with the lake and the queen, it's been done with some textures to make it look a little bit more textured and have a little bit more background quality to it. And again, it's just a straight photograph. This one's a pano, so it's probably a multiple of 4 different photographs put together. And so it's just all fun. And when it ceases to be fun, you need to look something else up. There are a lot of things on YouTube that are very helpful with technique and things like that, which can be really good to look at. There's several different workshops around, and I can't think of them right off of the bat, but there's workshops around that you can take. And even though I know one is a mentor of mine is Tony Sweet, and he's right now, I think he's in the Badlands, and he and his wife are just absolutely incredible. And if you take one of his workshops, and they cost money, but if you take one of his workshops, you'll never forget it, and you'll learn a tremendous amount of ideas and critiques and things to change your whole attitude about photography.